Hello and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be talking about Diablo 3 and more importantly the new expansion pack, which is called the Reaper of Souls. Now it doesn't have a release date or anything like that, and I'll go through what we currently know. So there's a new villain who is Mathiel, something like that, who is a former Archangel of Wisdom, and he considers humans to be demon spawn and pretty much wants to kill them all. He's pretty much like an angel at heart, but his main thing is just kill all the demons, kill all the humans, because he thinks they're the same thing. So, to that end, he has intercepted Tyrael and the Black Soulstone, and will probably be using its power to destroy humanity, we could imagine. Now, Tyrael is wounded in the cinematic, not killed, so that's good. I don't think they should kill Tyrael, people like him. As for the setting, it will be in the city of Westmarch. Mathiel has pretty much shrouded the city in this mist, and is converting the populace into undead minions, which is never really a nice thing to happen to your city. And it definitely looks like more of a return to the old kind of grimdark Diablo style that they had. And another nice thing is they actually promise more randomized dungeons and, more importantly, seamless dungeons with no load screen, which is so good. I really think that's more important. They're equally as important, but hey, awesome stuff. Now, there is a new class by the name of the Crusader. This is described as a mid-range melee class that specializes in shield bashing and smiting. It seems like a more damage-focused version of the Diablo 2 Paladin. But it was quite a support class. Now we also have a new loot and leveling system, pretty much for loot. Less whites will drop, and those that do will be melted down into a useful reagent. Rare drops will be reduced, but they will have a high chance of being a smart drop, which is pretty much one that's tuned for your class. And the problem with Diablo 3 was, okay, you could get tons of rares, the problem is 90% of them were completely useless, even more than 90%, so having a high chance of smart drops is definitely excellent. They also said more legendaries will drop, and those that do will be more interesting in terms of special effects and that kind of thing. There's also a new artisan called a Mystic, which lets you transmog items and enchant them, and by enchant it pretty much means re-roll on the stats the item gets when it drops. They've also changed Paragon levels so that they are count-wide, which is really nice. And finally, there's a new mode feature thingy called Loot Run. It's pretty much a randomly generated 15 to 20 minute dungeon with a random tile set, layout, boss, etc. And it's supposed to offer you sort of short, profitable bursts of gameplay. And that's really it. Honestly, this is seeming like what Diablo 3 should have been at launch. You know, with a loot system that makes sense, with an endgame-ish sort of thing in Paragon levels that makes sense, with Loot Run, which is a nice feature, but really in sort of the post-Warcraft world where people nearly expected Diablo to be like an MMO, which is unrealistic, but I think something to give more longevity like Loot Run mode would have been great, and of course getting a new class is always very good. And that's all we know at the minute, so there's really not much else we can gain from me sort of rattling on here, so I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.